Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. In this video today, I'm going to be walking you through the exact messenger framework that we've used over 50,000 messages to get the highest response rate when we're messaging cold leads. Now, why is this important? Because let's say you don't have a huge audience on Instagram or on Facebook, even LinkedIn, wherever you're messaging people. If you don't have a huge audience and you can't rely on messaging warm leads, then how are you supposed to grow your business, right? Yes, you can run ads, but what if you don't have the money for it? The most cost-effective way is just to message somebody. But if you're messaging a cold lead, if you don't have a big audience, how do you actually get them to respond? Let alone book a call and buy from you. That is the problem that I want to solve for you in this video today and actually walk you through step by step what we've done. So over the past 14 months, my team of virtual assistants, $3 an hour VAs, appointment setters, we've sent over 50,000 messages. We've tested every opener, every message framework, every value pitch, everything you can possibly imagine, and we've found the best kind of messages and the sequence of messages that work best and the stuff that don't, the messages that just kind of get you left unseen. Now, I want to preface this. No matter what, there will be people that don't respond. No matter what, I'm actually going to break down the very conservative metrics for you at the end of this video and show you how even when it comes to people that don't respond, using this framework, the ones that do, I'm going to show you how much money you can still make. And it's the most cost-effective method for getting high-paying clients as an online coach. So no matter what, people are going to leave you on red or ghost you. This system is going to prevent that as much as possible and get the best results you can possibly get. Right? So take it with a grain of salt. There will still be people that don't respond to you, and that's okay. This is a numbers game. So without further ado, let me dive straight into things. So starting off right at the top, the opener. This is everything that you need to know about how to maximize your response rates with the best openers. Now, Instagram is smart. If your first message to a lead is, "Hey bro, looking great. Are you interested in fitness coaching?" Man, there is a 150% chance that you not only get left on red, but your message will end up in the hidden request tab along with all of the other sales pitches that Instagram is hiding from its users. Okay? So how do you actually slide into the DMs so that you, as much as possible, don't end up in the hidden request tab? Well, you do it by playing Instagram's game using a method that we call the slippery slope. Now, our first message, we only want to reach out using story replies and giving a compliment. Why story replies? Story replies are an intended feature of Instagram. Your lead will actually see the message because Instagram, number one, they want people to reply to other people's stories, right? What's the point of all of those messages just ending up in the hidden request tab? Now again, if your message in the story reply is, "Wow, that's really sick, bro. You look amazing. Like, you're interested in coaching." Again, Instagram filters that and it's just going to chuck you in the bin. You don't want to do that. That's why we lead with a compliment. Now, I really want to emphasize again, we only ever reach out to people with a story reply. And so you may be wondering, well, what if my leads, don't have, open accounts and public accounts and not posting stories? This is a controversial topic. Maybe I'll make a YouTube video about it. You're targeting the wrong niche then, right? If you're just targeting everyday ordinary people, you're going to have access to people with everyday ordinary money that aren't going to be able to invest big high ticket amounts in solving a very painful problem. The people you want to target are going to be people with public accounts, people with access to resources, right? The whole nine. So I might do a full breakdown about that. That's what we call our gold mine niche. I might go into that a little bit later, but those people always have stories. They have a public account. They're the easiest people to reach out to, and especially using the framework we're about to show you here, they make us the most amount of money. The everyday ordinary people, leave that to 80% of coaches charging $100 a month for fitness coaching and can't make any money from coaching. Leave it to them. We're here to be specialist coaches. We're not here to be generalist coaches. I'll make that very clear right from the start. Now, the reason people will want to reply to the story in the first place is because people love hearing about themselves. When they see so-and-so reply to your story, the first thought is, what are they saying about me? I just posted this thing. What's their comment about it? What are they saying about it? And because of that, they're 10 times more likely to care about what you're saying about them than they are to care about your pitch. Just think about it like that. Would you really care if someone pitches you hard in the DMs? No. The way that you'd want to respond is if they're actually engaging with your content. And as soon as your lead responds to your reply, even if they just heart react your response, you're in. It's a slippery slope. And before they know it, they're asking you about your coaching program. Story replies equals engagement on their part. They're going to either like it or they're going to say, oh, thanks very much, man. As soon as you get that, leads into a conversation leads into a sale. I'm going to show you exactly how to do this. So how do you go from having cold leads that hate you reaching out to them to them begging you for more information? This conversation framework is called COA. Here's how it works. C stands for compliment. This is your story reply. So funny, or a compliment or comment about something recent. If they're posting a story of their food, breakfast of champions, or you're making vegans reconsider their choices, right? No offense to any of my vegans watching this. Again, guys, just think about it logically. What kind of stuff do people put on their story anyways? It's food, or it's a nice location, or they're on holiday somewhere. Just think about it like that. It's actually very easy to reply to people's stuff, right? So C, compliment or comment on something, right? Observation. This is the thing that no one really talks about how to break this down. Once again, if you're messaging people with public accounts, just think, what do people usually post on their Instagram? They post highlights. They went on vacation somewhere, like I said, or they met a celebrity, or again, if you're targeting entrepreneurs, they had a photo with another entrepreneur. Just think about it logically. That's the kind of stuff people have. Or they just bought a new car. Easy. So make an observation about one of the things on their feed. It's that simple, right? Don't over it, guys. So for example, I see LA in one of your pics, man. I grew up there, right? Oh, no way. How long did you live there? Blah, 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 blah. Oh, cool. When did you move out? Blah, blah, blah. And just start having that conversation like a normal friend, right? Another one could be if they're posing with someone. I see you were with Grant Cardone, Gary Vee, or whoever. He's a hero of mine. Yeah, man, it was awesome meeting him. What did you get to ask him? Oh, I asked him about blah, 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 blah. Sick, what did you learn? Oh, cool, cool, cool. Who else is doing that? No one. No one's taking the time to actually get to know someone, to be genuine. No one's doing that. Everyone's just like, hey man, so I'm running this program and I think I can help you. You don't know anything about them. You haven't taken a second to know them. That's why even just these two will completely separate you. So the next question is, all right, well, I'm asking these nice questions, getting to know them. They're probably wondering, okay, what does this guy want? So how do you transition? Easy. This is the ask, the A in the COA framework. And the way that you always really want to do it is asking what they do for work. Now, again, depending on the niche you're serving, the problem you're solving, your specific solution, you may want to come at this with a slightly different angle. For most people, again, if you're targeting busy entrepreneurs, so for them, a big problem is their perceived lack of time to commit to working out. Okay? So the way that we want to get in there is, what do you do for work, by the way? A really classic line here, whether it's true or not, you can say it like this. Let's say they, I don't know, works as a software developer. Oh, no way. My uncle or my brother was a software developer for 5 years. Long hours, hey? Question mark. It's like you already kind of know a little bit about them. Yeah, crazy hours, man. That's nuts, man. Your day must be absolutely packed. Do you find that you have time for, workout in the middle of all of that? Or are you pretty much swamped? Yeah, not really, man. Like, just stuck in the work, blah, 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 blah. And then from there, it is your job to ask the right qualifying questions, to understand their pain points, their goals. Why do they say they don't have time, right? How is that affecting them? Ask the right questions. Only you really know what that is, right? I can't really make a general video here with the exact questions to ask for qualifying because everyone's niche is different. Everyone's pain point is different. Or you will know this better than anyone, right? It's your niche. You will know them inside and out. And if you don't, you should, okay? So this is the hardest part. Just getting the response and building that kind of rapport with them before you ask these kind of qualifying questions. Most people just jump in straight with this and still get responses, but you want to craft these responses here, okay? After that point, you might be wondering, well, when do I pitch? I'm just asking questions, we're getting to know them. That's cool. The secret is you don't pitch, at least not directly to them. How we actually change the dynamic with the cold lead and get them to ask about our program is that we pitch the call using what we call the anti-pitch, okay? You're not asking them to buy anything. You're asking them if they know anyone who is also struggling with the same problems that they just mentioned, right? If you did your qualifying questions correctly, you're asking them if they know anyone that's struggling with the same problems that they just mentioned. And if they know if those kind of people might benefit from being able to solve that problem with a unique solution that doesn't require much effort or sacrifice, aka your solution, your program. It's that simple. All right, so here's how it goes. This is the rough kind of message. Now, adjust this, cut out stuff where you need, make it fit your cadence. But this is the rough kind of, overview. By the way, man, or by the way, brother, or by the way, name. Do you know anyone who's also described the problems that they just mentioned? Looking to, cut the weight, get more energy back, have more clarity, have more focus within the next 90 days? I'm actually taking on 5 new case study clients this month for 50% off because that's about all I can handle one-on-one. I just want to get more amazing testimonials for my new coaching program. Does anyone come to mind who you think might benefit from something like this? Bam! Leave it. And the way that you do this, by the way, just how you would normally text someone, you wouldn't do this in some big fucking paragraph. Send each individual message, right? It's more fun to read. It's easier. It's more digestible. Now, again, how you would transition here is with, we like to do this in all of our messages. It's a couple words before you get into the main message. Oh, interesting, man. Huh, right. Got you. Things like that. So if you've been asking them about their, doing your pre-qualifying questions, you're asking them about the pain points, talk about that, be like, oh, that's really interesting you say that, man. I'm actually wondering, by the way, do you know anyone else who's also facing challenges with this? And because now, think about this. Your focus has been on them for the whole duration of the conversation. Now you're shifting the attention away from them and their problems and their goals and asking about their friends. It's push-pull technique, right? You're not even interested in them anymore, right? So when you do it this way, 9 out of 10 times you're going to be like, no, forget my friends. Hey, this sounds really interesting. Tell me more about that. Just like that, you've got them. The dynamic is flipped. They are asking you for more information, not the other way around, not where you're pitching. You're like, hey, I'm just trying to get in contact with other people. I figured you're in the space, you might know some people. Could you connect me? I would just want to help more people. I'm doing 50% off. You're telling them everything indirectly, but now the focus isn't on them, it's on their friends, on their colleagues. So this way, it's the anti-pitch. You're not pissing anyone off. There's no rejection involved. There's no sales pitch. And they're asking you for more information, right? Now, of course, not everybody that asks for more information is actually going to follow through and buy. Sure. And sometimes they're going to be like, nah, man, I don't really know anyone. You're going to get leads like that. Duh. Sure. But this is going to perform 10 times better than anything else you're using right now, right? Guaranteed. After this point, simply suggest they get on a call with you and then close them. Genuinely, it's that easy. Now, if they're hesitant at first to get on a call, no problem. Give them more information just via text and then ask them again. Don't be afraid to do the ask again, right? The best way that I like to explain this, if they're still a little bit stubborn, is, gotcha, man. Well, listen, all of our programs are tailored to each person, so it's kind of tough for me to accurately say what exactly would be the best fit for you. I just need to understand your needs a little bit better. Would you, be opposed to getting on a call this week to discuss more? You can send that in a voice memo. Super personalized. Do a little Instagram selfie video thing. Send it in the DMs. Super personalized. Really great. And again, when you phrase like this, would you be opposed? It's much harder for people to say, yeah, I'd be opposed, than no, I wouldn't be opposed. Because people's default answer is no, especially in a sales environment. Default answer is no. Hormozi talks about this. Jeremy Lee Minor, amazing sales coach, talks about this too. When you phrase it like that, would you be opposed? No, I wouldn't be opposed. You'll get much better responses from phrasing it like this, right? Now, do you want to know how lucrative this is? Here's the highly conservative conversion metrics. If you send 500 messages per week, so again, your VA is doing 100 new outreach a day. If only 15% respond in the week, you're getting 75 replies. Cool. 75 conversations going on. If only 6%, so out of the 75 that reply, if only 5 people book a call with you that week, you got an extra 5 sales calls. Cool, they're qualified, you've asked them questions, they like you. If your closing rate's kind of a little bit bad that week and you're only doing 20% closing rate and you close one person and your program's only 1,000, you can see kind of how conservative this really is. You're closing 1,000 US per week. Genuinely, those are the numbers. It's a numbers game, it's volume. It's not complicated, it's a volume numbers game. Now, your VA, your appointments at a VA, if they're costing $3 an hour, maybe to send 100 messages, it's taking them 3 hours a day. Okay? If they're sending 50, 2 hours a day, fine. But if you really want to, pump up the numbers, they're doing 3 hours a day, cool. It's costing you $45 a week, but you're making 1,000 back. Even worst case scenario, guys, worst case scenario, you do 1,000 messages over 2 weeks and you only close one person for 1,000 US, and so you're spending $90, but you're making 1,000 back. Come on, that's more than 10x, right? It's a no-brainer. Even if your messages fucking suck, you send 1,000 and you get one person to buy. Imagine adding an extra 2K USD a month to whatever you're doing right now. There's no excuse for, I'm not making enough money in my coaching program. You just haven't had the right system. And this is it. So that pretty much wraps up the entire framework.